achieved on this program. Wow, 28 kilos officially. That is incredible. 38 kilos, 40 kilos between hubby and yourself, Vicky. Absolutely amazing in your first 12 weeks. Strip back 5 kilos, 10 kilos, more confidence. I love to see that. Psoriasis gone. It's so amazing that when you choose healthy choices energetically, physically, and nutritionally, everything comes into balance, not just weight, but our health gets to balance as well. Beautiful. Loving seeing all of these results in the chat. Keep them coming. So we really wanted to put these calls together because we know what happens in the new year. Everybody makes their New Year's resolutions. And I think the official date is January the 16th, where everybody's already jumped off the wagon when it comes to their New Year's resolutions. We are really all about health elevations and making decisions. And we believe that health is a journey. It is not a destination. It's not something you fail. It's not something you get on the train and get off. It is a daily decision in your alignment. And so we really want to just up level the support, the accountability, and to give you those opportunities to get your questions answered here. So to kick off, I thought what we would do is have one of our amazing customers share her incredible weight loss journey over the past 3 months. She has lost, well, I'm going to let her share how much weight that she has lost. She's tuning in from New Zealand. So I just want to personally thank you, Carolyn, for sharing your time with us. I know it's really late over there currently. So thank you for staying up for us. But you got to a point in your life where the pain of staying the same felt greater than the resistance that you felt towards taking that step to make a change. So I would really love for you to start by sharing where you were before you decided to jump on board our program.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So I was obviously very frustrated at how I was. I was overweight. I had no motivation, and just couldn't find anything that worked. So yeah, found this.
And so you tried other programs or diets before?
Just other diets, really. Probably not so many programs as such. But yeah, definitely diets, and yeah, just couldn't get into it.
So I think it was about 3 months ago now, you found us and you made the decision. So tell us about your results since you jumped on board.
Yep. So my goal is 30 kgs. That's where I'm aiming for. My results after the 21-day strip back, I lost 5 kg, 5.3 in my first week. And after the 21 days, I lost 10.3. My goal was 10. So I was pretty stoked, and obviously have continued.
And so where's your weight loss journey at now?
Today, I was hoping to be at 20, but I'm at 19.2.
Amazing. That's an absolutely incredible achievement within a 3-month time frame. Christmas and New Year's in there as well. And school holidays and all of the reasons why not to achieve what you've achieved. So congratulations for putting you first. What have you loved most about the program?
I've loved the support. So just every day I've had Alex as my lovely mentor. She has just been amazing from day one. So I don't know how many texts or messages I send her a day, probably about 1 million. Every day she's always there and just so helpful. And from everyone else as well. And you, like I don't even know you. Last week I received a lovely gift from you. Just feeling appreciated and just loving everything about it.
Amazing. And so if someone was going to ask you, like they're thinking about jumping on board, but they're feeling a bit apprehensive, what would you tell someone who was thinking about getting started, who's maybe where you were at the beginning?
I'll just definitely say go for it. For me, my people, like I've signed up obviously, and have a few people now. So they've all signed up because of me and what they've seen. So hopefully they get the same results or what they're wanting, and they can continue and sign up themselves.
Amazing. Hopefully. Any last words that you want to share?
No, just going to continue on. I'm reaching for 30, so hopefully soon.
Incredible.
Hopefully
Well,
20 this week.
we are all cheering you on. It's such an incredible achievement, and I hope that you're celebrating every single step along the way, because
Yeah.
you've already won so much. You know, you're winning every step of the way. The 30 kilos isn't the win. It's every day that you get up and you choose those health elevations that make you feel like your best self.
Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
So we're going to switch gears now, and we're going to share a couple of our calibration keys when it comes to our favorite weight loss hacks. I'm just going to change my view so I can see all of your lovely faces. And then if you have any questions that have been, burning on your heart to ask, or any challenges that you've specifically been feeling, then we welcome them in the chat, and we'll circle back to those if we have time at the end. So the calibration key that I really want to share with you that absolutely transformed what health meant to me, and also how to access my, ideal weight set point with ease, grace, and flow in a way that doesn't feel like deprivation or restriction, or like I need to calorie count, or like it's not sustainable. And that key is to focus on adding rather than subtracting. And this is really a key foundation beneath all of our programs. So we have our Naked Health Challenge program and all of the beautiful different offset programs underneath that branding. And then we also have our FEM Frequency Health program. So I know we've got customers tuning in from both programs. And really the underlying philosophy of both of those programs is to focus on what we choose to do, rather than what most diets do, which is subtract all of the things that you actually want to do, right? So the challenge with focusing on subtraction is our willpower, biologically speaking, is always going to come in short supply. And that's why if we have to rely on willpower to take things out of our lifestyle that we enjoy, our results are never going to be sustainable. But what we can do is we can hack our innate ability to intuitively select and even desire the right kinds of foods and the right quantities of those foods, rather than restriction and calorie counting. So one of the reasons why focusing on subtraction doesn't make us feel like we're expanding our personal power and our motivation is because our mind doesn't have the capacity to tune out the things that we don't want to desire, right? So for example, I'm a chocolate lover, right? I am obsessed with chocolate. I can't imagine life without chocolate. Actually, my partner said to me, "How much do you love me?" recently. And I said, "You know what? I love you more than chocolate." And he's like, "Wow, that says a lot," right? That's how much I love chocolate. So I cannot diet without chocolate. And when I try to focus on don't eat chocolate, I'm not going to eat chocolate, I'm going to restrict chocolate, all I hear is chocolate. So I want you to look around your room right now, and I want you to not see brown. Don't see the color brown. Look around the room and do not see the color brown. How effective was that? Your brain doesn't process the don't. I'm going to guarantee that you saw brown more than anything else that you saw just then, right? So that's why restrictive dieting doesn't work. And not only that, it's like, who wants to live a life of restriction, right? That's not a way to live. Life is far too short for that. And if you're anything like me, you're a rebel. So as soon as you're told you can't do something, you're probably more likely to go and do more of that thing, right? Give me a 1 in the chat if that's you. So let's talk about the power of focusing on adding now, and how that increases your personal power and how it increases your intrinsic inspiration to want to make good choices, right? There's a difference between external motivation and intrinsic inspiration. That's that internal fire where it becomes effortless momentum in the right choices. Now, there's 2 choices that can significantly impact your ability to become either an efficient fat burner or fat storer. And those 2 choices are food types and food timing. And if we choose the personal power to include a few simple healthy habits that you choose each day in food type and food timing, I promise you, you will never have to restrict yourself ever again. Now, I'll give you an example of what this looks like when it comes to food type. My personal health habit philosophy that I choose every day is I choose to have something green every time I eat. It's nutritionally dense. I'm getting the nutrients that I need. I'm getting the fiber that I need, right? And that's adding to my health and vitality. I'm adding. The other health choice that I make is that when I break my fast or when I'm having a main meal, I focus on protein and healthy fats. All delicious options, of course. Now, what happens when I make these choices is not only am I nourishing my body at a cellular level, which is going to decrease my cravings, but I'm also triggering my body to release hormones that tell my body that I am full. So this dramatically reduces the likelihood of binge eating because at a cellular level, I'm satiated chemically and also the feeling in my tummy. Right? And so I'm crowding out the bad choices without focusing on them. So when it comes to the mid-afternoon slump, I'm generally not getting that desire to eat a whole block of chocolate. I might sit down and have a couple of squares of chocolate because I love chocolate, but I don't genuinely desire to eat the whole block. Now, if I start my day with something high sugar, right? Maybe even high calorie, but low nutritional value, very little protein or healthy fats, I will absolutely crave the whole block of chocolate and be able to eat it all in one sitting, right? Again, let me know in the chat if that is you, right? And I'm going to encourage you after this call to go and test out what I'm talking about. Food type and choosing the right foods at the right time will dramatically impact how many calories you desire to eat each day. Now, there was a study that I wanted to share with you because I think it puts this into perspective very powerfully. There was a recent study. There's a lot of research on insulin resistance right now and how that's a leading contributor to weight gain. And the study was they took 3 men and they gave them the same amount of calories for breakfast, but 3 different food types. The first man had, let's say, 500 calories of oats for breakfast. The second man had 500 calories of steel cut oats. The third man had 500 calories of omelette, right? The man that ate the oats ate 80% more calories in the day because he had a quick blood sugar spike followed by a quick blood sugar low, and that sent him on a craving cycle for the rest of the day. He was not satiated at a hunger level. The second man, steel cut oats, slightly less processed, he had a 50% increase in calorie consumption for the day. The third man who was given the omelette, protein-rich, healthy fats, right, ate significantly less calories by choice throughout the day. And this is why we do not choose to focus on calorie deficit within our programs. And not only because they really discount the energetics of food, right? The vibrational value of food and the nutritional value of food, which is so absolutely key when it comes to, how our hormones respond and how we feel energetically. But also a calorie is not a calorie. It really isn't that simple. So I'm just going to appeal to your common sense now. And let's just say you love soda, right? And you were wanting to restrict your calories and stay in a deficit to help you lose fat. And you had one of those giant sodas, right, from McDonald's. They contain over 500 calories, right? Do you think after drinking that soda, you're going to be satiated for the rest of the day? You've had 500 calories. Do you think that's going to keep you feeling full for the rest of the day, right? Now, if you chose to eat 500 calories of a delicious, mouth-watering, juicy, maybe even a little bit of fat, which is my favorite, steak, are you going to feel satiated and full after eating 500 calories of steak, right? And we're not even talking about the nutritional value difference, okay? You're going to be full for a lot longer. And I want you to test this and see the craving cycle that you're sent on, not just hours, but days after as well. So I'm not saying don't have the soda. What I'm saying is when you choose to break your fast with the right kinds of foods, the proteins and the fats, and when you choose to add greens in at the beginning of every meal, then you're naturally going to reduce those cravings. So you don't have to focus on what you can't have, because chances are you're not even going to desire it, okay? The other thing that I just wanted to share here just quickly is that it's not just about cravings. When you have high sugar foods, your body can only store a very small amount of sugar at any given time to be burnt as energy, to be used as energy. So the liver puts a small amount aside. Everything else has to be shipped off and stored as fat. It has to. There's no other pathway for the body, right? So again, when we're choosing to eat our calories as the fats and the proteins, we get the sustained energy release, and we are also much more efficient at burning fat, as using our fat stores as energy, okay? Now, the other thing that I'm just going to touch on quickly, and then I'm going to hand to Kim before we run out of time. I'm so passionate about these topics. It's so hard to keep it short. But food timing. So one of the challenges of modern society is food is so accessible, right? And food corporations have trained us that we need to snack and we need to keep eating throughout the day, or heavens forbids, we feel hungry, we might die, right? We've come to fear hunger, but hunger is actually a really powerful healing force. And when we keep eating over and over again through the day, spiking our insulin and not giving our body a chance to burn that food as energy, we stay in that sugar burning zone and storing our fuel as fat instead of giving our body the capacity to enter the fat burning zone. Now, we've released a program, our latest program, our Fem Frequency Health program, is all about teaching you the power of food timing so that you can take advantage of accessing those fat stores so that you can maintain that ideal body weight more effortlessly. And we also focus on optimizing your hormone function with the specific foods at the specific times of your cycle for women, where you're going to optimize your hormone function, which helps you to optimize, again, your weight loss potential. So this program is particularly great for perimenopausal and menopausal women. So if that's you and you haven't yet accessed that program, I really encourage you to reach out to your ambassador because it's really, really powerful in helping you understand some of the concepts that I've shared at a deeper level, but in a really simplified way. So I'm going to pass over to Kim now. We're going to hear her key when it comes to her weight loss hacks.
Hello, everybody. I'm still thinking about chocolate, FYI. So don't pop that word in at this time of the night. But I love that. So much power. And I just had a look over on the Facebook page and I can see lots of people tuning in live over there as well. So hello. I'm really excited. I actually had a question come through this afternoon in relation to tonight's topic that I wanted to cover, which was a little bit more around accountability. And so a lot of women, this comes up a lot. I know we've got some gents inside the community as well, but I'm just going to say women because they're the members that I work mostly with in this space. And when I'm chatting to them, one of the biggest things that really does come up is feeling this resistance around accountability. I have ladies say to me, you know what, Kimberly, when it comes to the kids, when it comes to the job, when it comes to the household, when it comes to all the things out there in life, right? You show up in this level of accountability. But when the mirror is held up and it's time for you to work on your own health and wellness goals and your own self-leadership within that, suddenly accountability feels a little bit icky. And we start to feel this resistance. So that question popped up this afternoon. So I wanted to just jump into that really quickly with you tonight. So firstly, for everyone that has shown up inside the Zoom room and that are over here watching it live on Facebook as well, I just want you to say congratulations to you, right? Because one of the fastest ways forward on your own health and wellness journey, and this goes for every area in your life as well, is actually calibrating to the power of proximity, right? Being in rooms like this where there's like-minded women and feeling this sense of community, this alone is so powerful. So please congratulate yourself for just showing up to this session. So there's two quick words, and I've been using them a lot lately, that I want to invite you into tonight just to play with and bring a gentle awareness to it over the next 7 days between now and our next live coaching session for you to just bring a little bit of awareness to. And those two words, right, are responsibility and accountability as well. So often when I say to women, you know what, to truly transform, to truly progress, to truly elevate in your health and your personal power, it's going to take a deep level of responsibility for who you are and how you're going to choose to show up. And the moment that I drop in there that word, responsibility, I see a lot of women, they retract, right? And I get that because that was me too. So many people link responsibility with this retraction. But what I want to do tonight really quickly is just help you ignite, even if it is just the tiniest little flame within you, this flame of possibility, that responsibility can actually, rather than close you off, it can expand you. It can feel expansion in every cell of your being. And it's this key piece that for so many women has the power to completely change their trajectory when it comes to their health and wellness and their relationship with themselves, right? This can be a huge breakthrough for you in this area if you're on this constant roller coaster ride of it's all on, it's all off, it's all on, it's all off. This is a key piece. So you might like to journal on this question tonight when you jump off this call, but what is your relationship with responsibility right now, right? Because we've got to clean this up a little bit if we want to step into some more elevation. It's a massive part of our identity when it comes to your action, when it comes to your decisions, when it comes to your choices, when it comes to, am I choosing the soft drink over the steak, right? Because we've just got to clean this up even more. It's a huge part of breaking free of the push-pull relationship that we can have in health and wellness. Why is this key? Because our level of responsibility is linked to our level of self-leadership. And self-leadership is what moves the needle in every area of our life, right? And inside our health community, we are here to help you embody, right, an identity that holds responsibility and accountability with joy, with fun, with eagerness, with lightness, right, with so much freedom. And we're going to hold it from a posture of responsibility, no longer retracting us, but actually we're owning that. Radical responsibility is our middle name. Because when we do this, we not only move the needle in the direction of our goals and our new healthy lifestyle standards on a deeper level within you, ladies, this is where we stop running from our power. Afraid of being too much, being too seen, being too shiny. Can I sustain it? What will people think of me? That's a huge one for people, even on a health and wellness journey. This is where you break free of the chains of people making you feel awkward for wanting to improve yourself. And this is where we start running towards it. This is where we start leaning in and dialing up that personal power. So I want you to get this. There is no resistance between you and your health and wellness journey. There's none. There is, however, some potential resistance between you and your responsibility of your health and personal power, right? So another question that you might like to journal on tonight: where do you refuse responsibility in this area of your life? And where do you also confuse? We won't go into this tonight, but I just want to go there. Where do we confuse responsibility with pressure? Because they're two different things. Pressure, that will retract you. But responsibility, it will expand you, right? But the bigger the responsibility, the more we go, the more we hold, the more pressure we're actually going to feel. But pressure is your leaping pad into responsibility. Who are you under pressure? What choices do you make under pressure? Think about lifting a weight in the gym, right? When it's heavy, when you're like, oh, I can't do this last rep, but there's one more. When you feel that resistance, or maybe I know we got a lot of runners out there, you know, when you get to that 5K mark or that 8K mark, for me, the 150 meter mark, it's like, I don't know if I can run 200 meters, right? You get to this certain point and you feel resistance come up. Who are you in that moment? Because right now, tonight, I want you to choose up front who you're going to be over the next 7 days when it comes to your health and wellness. I want you to get ahead of those moments and predict, who am I going to be when I feel the pressure? Am I going to let it just make me put the tool belt down? Or am I going to step into some self-awareness of, you know what, there's some responsibility here. I'm going to get that last rep down. I'm going to get that last 50 meters done. You got to pre-decide who you're going to be. Not when the weight comes off, not when the end result comes in, right now. And a key part of your health journey is not waiting for this woman to show up. There is nothing missing within you. You got to truly know you're already her. And it's time to be her and embrace the identity of her. And there's something so magnetic, right, about a woman who knows that her health, her emotions, her energy, her peace, her state of mind are all her responsibility when she learns how to regulate them and hold herself. So to help you with this new relationship with responsibility and just keep a bit of a beautiful self-awareness over the next 7 days until we meet again, I'm going to set you a little mini challenge. Every day over the next week, I want you to replace the word I want, I need, or I should with I'm accountable to. Feel the difference in just that energy alone, right? Instead of I want more energy, I want more fitness, I want more delicious, healthy options, I wish I was in the mood, I want the last few kilos gone, I want to tone up, I want to feel more empowered. I'm accountable to. Notice the posture of self-awareness and responsibility come from a completely different frequency within you. That one switch in wording, that one switch in your language has profound impact in how you show up. So I'm going to invite you just to bring a hyper level of self-awareness to that and practice that shift in your language over the next week, right? So that is it from me tonight. We are going to be here each week over the next 4 weeks, so we've got 3 more to go. And our wish for you is to really come and immerse yourself into this energy. Come with your questions. We want to spotlight you. If you don't want to be spotlighted, you don't have to. If you want to send us a message or your NHC mentor a message and say, hey, I'd love for some of the coaches to answer this question for me, please bring it. We are here to serve you, and we're going to keep bringing some of these calibration keys so that you're feeling this edge inside your health and wellness journey. So that is it for us tonight, Kira, unless there's anything else that you need to add. Amazing. Incredible. We will see you guys same time, same place next week. Bye, guys.